Okay, so I want you to be honest with me in this one. If your brand looks like everybody else's, why should anyone pick you? Because here's the truth actually, your visuals are your brand's first sales pitch. And most entrepreneurs trying to build their personal brands are blowing it. Current reality feels like having a personal brand which is all over the place, trying this and that, not having a consistent visual identity, not having a style that it represents them, that it speaks for them before they even speak about themselves. If for example meet a guy which is shredded, which is fit and doesn't look so healthy, what would it be your first impression? It would be that, okay, this guy has discipline, has a consistency, has a strong mindset. And the same goes with your personal brand. If people don't see that in the first time that they come across your profile, if they see random things here and there, random fonts, colors, trying to copy this style, this one greater, they're not gonna trust you. Because how can you help them get the result they want if you don't actually help yourself find your identity, find your style, and find your place and your confidence in that big space of online entrepreneurship? And yeah, sure, you can ignore it and even leave this video right now, but what happens if you ignore it is that you look like an amateur no matter how good you are in what you do. And clients simply don't trust you, as we said previously, because they don't see a consistent and disciplined personal brand that has its values, has its style. What they see is just a brand which is all over the place. And that makes your job 10 times harder, which means eventually you will lead to no trust and no clients. Now imagine this instead. A consistent and aligned identity that instantly communicates authority. Visuals and aesthetics that make people feel your vibe and values before you even say a word. And content that finally feels cohesive, like everything connects. And don't get me wrong, right? We don't strive for perfection, and neither your dream clients want perfect. They simply want trust. They simply want to see some kind of consistency and some kind of power, because having everything aligned and know where you're going and know what you're doing is power, is confidence, is a form of authority. And visuals and basically your visual identity is the fastest way to give them that. And just imagine, like, when someone tells one word to someone else to describe your brand, they instantly get it. We talk about that kind of power. And we can see countless examples of people doing this thing. Let me tell you this is not a one-time thing or, okay, yeah, I have it ready, now that I have it ready, client will come tomorrow. This is still a long-term game. Personal brand and content creation is not some get-rich-quick thing. People have to really get into you, really understand what you're doing, your vibe, your words, and your visual identity literally makes that happen, brings the vision you have in your head in reality. So now that you fully understood why it matters and how people are using it into their advantages, what are the benefits of it in the first place, now let's move to how you can actually do this. First thing which I like to do before even starting with everything practical and actionable is to understand the vision that you have in your head. Really take your time, put it into paper, just every thought you have, just throw it in there. Take inspiration, because the vision you have in your head can be made a reality, but with a correct way of executing it. Okay, so let's move to the first step to actually create a strong visual identity, which is to define your core brand vibe. And you can ask yourself this question: how do I want people to feel when they land on my brand? Really put down the emotions that you want to feel. What's one word that could describe your brand? So moving over to step number 2, which is to choose the colors that match the vibe. Colors are one of the most important things. For this one, you just have to see what color you like. You probably have one color already that you like, but before this, understand also the color meanings. Blue, for example, is used to show trust, orange for creativity, red for more dominant and more power, neutral colors, calm, chill, minimalistic. Then you should pick, let's say, 2 fonts that match your personality, one main and one highlight. And then, which is the most important, is to create consistency across all platforms, both Instagram, both YouTube. Same colors, same fonts, same music. Sorry, I forgot to mention music, how music is also very important. See what you like, see what your vibe is. You can see from your character as well what matches more with you. It would be jazz, hip hop, rock. Just stick to it, because in order to create the feeling we want to people through our personal brand, we have to really curate our music and stick to it. So yeah, after that, you keep putting that in reps. Of course, you're not gonna make progress if you don't create some videos with the things you've learned so far. And with repetition, we get recognition, and recognition equals trust. And with trust, you can get clients, of course. Alright, so great. What you can do now is audit your current brand and see if you match what we've said so far. And also in another video, I'm gonna talk about my unique process and system that we apply to personal brands and create their content ecosystem that if we have everything in place, content, systems and strategy, boom, we have success. Anyway, here you go. You've got everything you need to know why it matters in the first place and how to do it. And you probably understood that before you say a word, how you're presenting yourself online tells clients whether you're worth listening to or worth ignoring. Because here's the truth, right? 99% of entrepreneurs never take that extra time to really sit down and see what's going on with a personal brand and fix their personal brand's visual identity. Yeah, I get it, they're too busy with their actual business, but your personal brand is a business as well. And that's why they have a messy and weak brand that at this point is a liability, not an asset. It doesn't help them to grow their business. But you, after watching this video, you're already so much ahead because you've put some time into actually sitting down and understanding why it matters and how to start making that to your personal brand. So by the way, if you're a coach, consultant or agency owner and you're too busy growing your actual business and you don't have the time to actually sit down and see how you can grow your personal brand, so to grow your business long term, and if you actually want me to walk you through building a full visual identity as well as a content ecosystem that does this on autopilot and you don't have to worry about spend more time in your personal brand than your actual business, and you want someone to do it for you and actually see growth from your personal brand and make that an asset, not a liability, then click the link below to book a free strategy call to see how we can take it from there. But if you're not sure yet, no worries, just watch this video here and we'll talk on the next one.